Right, so in this particular example, we'll be focusing on factorizing using single brackets. These are all questions that you can only factorize using single brackets. The first three examples are situations where you can only factor out a number because there are no common letter terms, and the second one is where you can factor out letters because there are no number terms. Then we'll look at the combination of both number and letters. So looking at this, the x is not common, so we check the numbers. 6 and 3 are the numbers that we have. Highest common factor of 6 and 3 simply means the biggest number to divide 6 and 3, and that is 3. So you put it outside the bracket, then you divide each of these terms by the 3 to know what is going to be in the bracket. So 6x divided by 3 is 2x, 3 divided by 3 is 1. Or in other words, what should be in the bracket such that when you expand, you get back to the original term. That's why we say factorizing is the reverse of expanding brackets. Let's look at example 2. 8 and 12, highest common factor of 8 and 12. That is 4. So we're going to divide 8ab by 4, or 8 divided by 4 is 2, so it's 2ab. Don't forget your sign, minus here as well. 12 divided by 4 is 3, so 12c divided by 4 will be 3c. Example 3. 15 and 6, highest common factor. We divide each term by 3. 15x divided by 3 is 5x. Then 6y divided by 3 is 2y. So you look at this section, we are only able to factor out a number because there is no common letter terms. Now let's look at 4, 5, and 6. 7 and 9, the only common number to divide them is 1. And when there's 1, there is no need factoring out 1 because the number will still be the same. So there are no numbers to factor out. But y squared and y. One simple rule that you can remember is that when factorizing the letters of the same base, choose the one with the smallest index. So y squared and y to the power 1. The smaller one is y1. So if highest common factor of y squared and y is y, and you divide each term by y, and you have 7y, and you divide this by y, the y will cross out, leaving only 9. Next one, 3 and 2 can only be divided by 1, so there's no need. Y squared and y5. Remember what I said before, the smallest index is y squared. X is not common, so we can only factor out y squared. So your highest common factor of y squared and y cubed, so the highest common factor of y squared and y5, y to the power 5 is y squared. We couldn't factor x because x is not common to both terms. So we divide both sides by y squared. You got 3, 2xy3. The last one. M to the power 1 and m to the squared, the smallest is m. N squared and n to the power n cubed, the smallest power is n2. So your highest common factor will be m for the m and m squared, and n squared and n cubed will be n squared. So you divide each by the highest common factor mn squared. Mn squared divided by itself is 1 for mn. So remember, there were 2 m here, so 1 outside, so that's the 1 in. 3 of it, 2 outside, that's the 1 in. So this is how we factorize expression using single brackets. We'll be looking at situation where we have what? Double bracket factorizing. Okay, now before we go to double brackets, let's look at a situation where there's possibility of factoring both number and a letter.